Hello everyone. Welcome back to Algorithm with Chelsea. Today we will learn Python list operations. A list helps us store many items inside one variable. Let's begin. In real life, we use lists all the time. A shopping list can have milk, eggs, and bread. A to-do list can have homework, piano practice, and games. A score list can have numbers like 95, 88, and 100. In Python, a list is a container that holds many items in order. Now let's create lists in Python. We use square brackets to make a list. In the first example, scores is a list of 3 numbers, 95, 88, 100. In the second example, fruits is a list of 3 strings, apple, banana, cherry. In the last example, items is an empty list, which means it has nothing inside yet. Items in a list are separated by commas. And the order matters. First item, second item, third item. Now let's learn how to access one item in a list. Each item has a position number called an index. To get an item, we use square brackets with its index number. Very important. Python starts counting from 0, not 1. Let's look at the example with fruits. The list has apple, banana, and cherry. Apple is at index 0. Banana is at index 1. Cherry is at index 2. So when we print fruits at index 0, we get apple. When we print fruits at index 1, we get banana. When we print fruits at index 2, we get cherry. Remember, Python starts counting from 0, not 1. Now your turn. We have a fruits list with 4 items: apple, banana, cherry, mango. Think about the indexes. Apple is index 0. Banana is index 1. Cherry is index 2. Mango is index 3. What will print when we print fruits at index 1? And what will print when we print fruits at index 3? Pause the video and predict the 2 lines. Let's check the answer. Fruits at index 1 is banana. Fruits at index 3 is mango. So Python prints banana on the first line and mango on the second line. Now let's change an item in a list. We can replace a value using assignment. Score starts as 90, 85, 100. Index 1 is the second item, which is 85. We assign index 1 to be 95. So we are replacing 85 with 95. Try to predict what the list looks like when we print it. Here is the output. The list becomes 90, 95, 100. Only the second item changed, because we changed index 1. Now let's add items using append. Append adds one new item at the end of the list. Number starts as 1, 2, 3. Then we append 4, so 4 goes to the end. Then we append 5, so 5 also goes to the end. What do you think the final list will be? Let's check. After appending 4 and 5, the list becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Append always adds to the end. Now question 2. Number starts as 10, 20. First, we append 30, so the list becomes 10, 20, 30. Next, we change index 0 to 5. Index 0 is the first item, so 10 becomes 5. Now the list is 5, 20, 30. Then we append 40, so 40 goes to the end. What is the final list that gets printed? Pause and answer. Let's check. The final list is 5, 20, 30, 40. That is exactly what prints. Now, let's remove items using pop. Pop removes the last item from the list. and pop also returns that removed item. In this example, fruits is a list containing apple, banana, cherry. We pop the last item, so cherry is removed. We store cherry in a variable named last. We print last, and then print the fruits list. Pause, and predict the two outputs. Here is what happens. Last becomes cherry, because cherry was removed and returned. So printing last shows cherry. And now fruits has only apple and banana left. So printing fruits shows a list with apple and banana. Now, question 3. Number starts as 1, 2, 3, 4. We pop the last item. So 4 is removed and returned. We store it in X. We print X. Then we print the numbers list. What are the two lines of output? Pause and predict. Let's check. X is 4, because pop returned the removed last item. So the first line prints 4. Now the list is 1, 2, 3, because 4 was removed. So the second line prints the list 1, 2, 3. Now let's traverse a list. Traverse means visit every item in a list, one by one. The syntax is, for item in list, do something. Look at the example. The list called fruits contains 3 strings: apple, banana, cherry. Now look at the for loop. We write for f in fruits, followed by a colon. This for loop line means, take each item from the list fruits, one at a time, and store it in the variable f. So on the first loop, f becomes apple. On the second loop, f becomes banana. On the third loop, f becomes cherry. Inside the loop, we have print of f. That means we print the current value of f for each loop. Very important, indentation. The print line must be indented, usually 4 spaces, so Python knows it belongs inside the loop. If print is not indented, Python will not treat it as part of the loop. Here is the output. Python prints apple, then banana, then cherry, 1 per line, because the loop runs once for each item. Now, question 4. Print all players. In the Python code, players is a list containing Alice, Bob, Charlie. We want a for loop that prints each name. There are 3 blanks to fill. First blank is the loop variable, like name. Second blank is the list, which is players. Third blank is what we print, which should match the loop variable. Pause the video and fill in the blanks. Let's check. We write for name in players. Then, inside the loop, we print name. So the output is Alice, then Bob, then Charlie, each on its own line. Now, question 5, mix of operations. In the Python code, numbers is a list containing 2, 4, 6. First, we pop, so the last item 6 is removed. Now the list is 2, 4. Next, we change index 1 to 5. Index 1 is the second item, so 4 becomes 5. Now the list is 2, 5. Then we append 8, so 8 goes to the end. Now the list is 2, 5, 8. Now we print the item at index 1, and then the item at index 2. What 2 lines will print? Pause and answer. Let's check. After all operations, the list is 2, 5, 8. Index 1 is 5, so the first print shows 5. Index 2 is 8, so the second print shows 8. Let's summarize what we learned today. A list stores many items in one variable. Items are in order, and they have indexes starting from 0. We can access an item by index. We can change an item by assigning a new value to an index. We can append to add a new item at the end. we can pop to remove the last item and get it back. And we can use a for loop to print every item. This concludes our lecture. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.